Welcome back. Welcome back. Sunday live stream, baby. Sunday live stream. Give everybody a second to join in. We got a lot of fight stuff to talk about. Give everybody a second. We'll be talking about the Lopez Loma fight tonight. We're going to be talking about Korean Zombie and Ortega. Man, a lot of fight stuff today, guys. We're going to be going over a lot of fight stuff. Make sure you drop a comment. Let me know where you guys are from. Where are you guys joining from? We joining from Texas. We got a little LA. Where are we at? Everybody watched the fights last night? Ortega, Zombie, and then the Loma and Lopez. Oh, Alex is back. Toronto's in the house. What up, Alex? Ireland's in the house. London, yeah. Like it. Wales. Woo woo. El Centro's in the house. I like it. Yeah. We're going to be talking about the fights last night. Man, huge month for MMA, for boxing. I mean, we got the Loma Lopez last night, which we'll get into in a minute. Ortega Zombie, huge 145-pound fight. Man, and we have Khabib and Gaethje coming up. Woo. The featherweight tournament of Bellator continues with Caldwell and McKee. Pitbull is coming back. So, dude, a lot of fights going, a lot of fights happening this month. Beautiful month for MMA. And the Midwest is in the house. Finland's in the house. I like it. Everybody a minute to join in. Give us a minute to join in. And if you guys don't already, maybe you got your energy drink to join me. Maybe you got a little coffee, depending on what time it is, wherever you're at. I know some people joining us, man, it's like 10 at night where they're at. And then other people, it's early morning. So that's what's dope. That's what's dope about YouTube. We can connect from all over the world, from Finland to Ireland to LA to the Midwest to California. Alex has got his sangria right now. Ooh, starting it young, huh? Starting it early. I like it, dude. I like it. Give everybody another minute or so, and then we'll get into it. While we're waiting, guys, let's what are we grateful for? I'll start it off. I'm grateful this morning. Well, first off, I'm grateful for the fights last night. Dude, what an entertaining night of fights, friends. I'm grateful to be waking up healthy this morning. Family's healthy. I had the opportunity to go grab some lunch. I had some Five Guys earlier, so always grateful for that. And yeah, man, just grateful to be alive. Grateful to be chatting here with everybody. Man, being able to watch great fights. I'm healthy. I'm happy. Beautiful time to be alive. What about you guys? What are we grateful for? Having a job and a house. Yeah, life in general. 100%, man. If any of you guys got jobs out there, dude, that's super important. That's really to be grateful for. If you have your family, if you have a home, a roof over your head, clothes on your back. I read a quote the other day. It was like, if you have a roof over your head, clothes on your back, and food, that you're like, but you're in a better position than a lot of people. I forgot the stat. It was like something crazy, like 50% of the population doesn't have that. So we have a roof over our head, dude. That's super important, and that's awesome. Health, yeah, man. Grateful for your health. Food to eat, yeah, 100%, dude. Anybody that's ever cut weight or anybody that wrestled or fought out there, dude, if you had food taken away from you, you know what it's like to not have food. So when you got your food, be grateful for that. Grateful for like a cheeseburger or whatever, man, chicken and rice, whatever it is. Cutting weight now, yeah, man. Vicious. Five Guys is amazing, Alex. It's awesome. So we're going to be talking about the Ortega fight, Korean Zombie. We're going to touch on that card, guys. We're going to be talking about the Lopez and Loma boxing fight last night. We're going to be going into got Dustin Poirier, Conor McGregor coming up. We have Khabib and Gaethje coming up. So we're going to be talking a little bit about these different fights And if anybody's got any specific questions, hit the super chat. Anything from diet to training, anything fight wise, hit the super chat. Let me know, and we'll get it answered. So let's start it off, man. We had Brian Ortega versus Korean Zombie coming back last night. Ortega's been out for 2 years. He got smoked by Max Holloway, got beat up. Man, eye blew out. He's had a lot of situations with leaving coaches over the years, and it was a lot of unknowns with Brian Ortega coming into this fight. I personally, I think Brian Ortega, I picked him to win, but I had a lot of friends and a lot of people, and even the odds makers, had him counted out. A lot of people were saying Korean Zombie's going to smoke him. One of my good friends, one of my best friends, he's a fight addict. He watches all the fights. And he even said, he's like, dude, there's no way Brian Ortega wins this fight. And, man, I was like, dude, are you kidding me? Ortega's super durable. He's got a great chin, great boxing, great guillotine, jiu-jitsu. He's got great cardio. And I knew he had a great opportunity to win this fight against Zombie, but he had a big layoff. So I didn't really know. I didn't know how Ortega was going to show up. If it was going to be a refreshed, healthy, focused Ortega, or if it was going to be a doubtful, hesitant, and flat Ortega. But come to the fight, dude, this guy comes out. Korean Zombie kicked him a couple times early on, and Ortega made adjustment and went southpaw. Boom. He put his other leg forward and fought basically the whole fight southpaw. And he killed it, man. I don't think Zombie could adjust to the southpaw. I think that really messed him up. I don't think Zombie was really expecting Ortega to come out and fight him with a different stance. And Ortega did a great job, man. Boxing, kicking the knees, mixing it up, left kicks. Man, that spinning elbow, caught him, dropped him. And he dominated the whole fight. It looked to me like Korean Zombie, he just couldn't figure Ortega out. He couldn't get comfortable, and he literally was just sitting there with boxing hands, trying to box him out. But Ortega's got great boxing himself, sticking that long jab, boom, boom right there. And dominant performance by Brian Ortega. And Dana White says he gets the next title shot against Alex Volkanovski, which, in my opinion, yes, it was impressive enough to do it. But what about Calvin Kattar, man? In a couple, like Calvin Kattar, I honestly would like to see Calvin Kattar versus Ortega, winner gets the fight. Or maybe Zabit versus Ortega, or rematch with Zabit and Kattar. They get that fight for the title shot. To give Ortega the title shot and blow past Zabit and all these guys that have been active, I didn't think that was fair. But he gets the next title shot, and it's going to be a big fight, a great opportunity, and it's going to be a sweet fight. So I'm looking forward to it. Alex hitting the super chat. Boom. Let's see what Alex has got to say. Your friends don't know what's up. LOL. Yeah, man. Yeah. My friends were totally off on this one. I did have one friend, though, my buddy Nick. He 950 Detroit. You can probably follow him on my Instagram. But he and me were like, dude, Ortega's going to get him. Zombie's a little bit reckless. Ortega's going to get him. And but all my other friends were picking Zombie, man. So, yeah, they got shut down. Crazy HD Vids. What's up, brother? He's got a great question. Let's see what it is. I'm cutting for my MMA debut to welterweight, and it's not going too well. Keep me in your thoughts. Crazy, man. I've been there, bro. I'll send a blessing out for you, dude. What's not going right with the weight cut? Is you just not feeling well? Or is it just the struggles with a weight cut? Because there's no way around that. Weight cuts hurt to a certain standpoint. But I hope that you prepped your body. I hope you watched my video on the channel about cutting weight in general. There's a process to it. Having trouble getting the weight off. So it depends. How far out from the fight are you? Crazy? Are you 2 weeks out, or is it in a couple of days? Because remember, save that water for the end. You don't want to cut the water weight too early, dude. That should be the last day or two. That's when the water weight comes off. Other than that, it's dieting and trying to burn that body fat off. But yeah, man, sending prayers your way. Be healthy. Check out that video on cutting weight on my channel if you haven't already, man. It'll give you an idea of some things to do, some things to stay away from. But yeah, I feel you, man. I feel you. So Brian Ortega gets the next title shot. Alexander Volkanovski, I seen he's excited for it. He's ready for that matchup. So, dude, sick main event last night. 5 rounds. Ortega coming in after that layoff and looking fresh, looking clean. Man, mixed up his striking. Was throwing side kicks to the knees, body kicks. I mean, throwing elbows, faking takedowns. He looked very refreshed, very refined, and it was very, very cool to see, man. So props to Brian Ortega. So on that fight card, there were some good fights. But one fight that stuck out to me was James Krause versus Claudio Silva. Claudio Silva, black belt jiu-jitsu, 4-0 in the UFC, tapping out people. Kind of got like an awkward style, kind of feints, throws bombs, just chucks kicks, tries to get it to the ground. James Krause, on the other hand, takes this fight on a week's notice, goes out there and wins a unanimous decision. Dude, that's super impressive for James Krause. He went out there, he studied the guy good. Every time the guy went to go kick his leg, he moved back. James was freaking sticking him with that right hand, moving his head well. The guy couldn't get him down. Silva could not take James Krause down. He did in the first round, but James Krause did beautiful. Got against the cage, got his wrist control, boom, got back up. And after that, Silva really couldn't get him down very much. So props to James Krause, man. What a way to step in on a week's notice, beat an undefeated guy in the UFC, and beat him pretty dominantly. You know, classed him up a little bit. And, man, gets 2 checks. He's got another win. So, man, hats off to James Krause. I didn't see the odds on that fight, but I definitely would think going into it that Claudio Silva would have been the favorite in that one, just based on the win streak, based on him finishing guys. James Krause is one of those fighters that's been around. He's fought a lot of tough guys. He's had some tough breaks, but he's also done some good stuff and had some impressive performances. When he tapped out Sam Stout, I believe when he tapped out Sam Stout that he got fight of the night and submission of the night. So I think that was $100,000 on top of his show and win money and his sponsor money. So, dude, props to James Krause. Coming in, taking care of business, and, man, he's got to be feeling pretty good today. I thought that was dope. What did you guys think of the fights last night? Do you guys think Ortega was going to take it, or did you have Zombie? Because I feel like a lot of people were taking Zombie, man. A lot of people were taking him. And don't lie. If you had Zombie and he didn't pull it off, it's all good. It's a fight. But at least own up to whoever you picked. Stick with them. Ortega. Yeah, Ortega. Ortega won some money. Zombie for sure. Took Zombie. Yeah, I didn't see Ortega fighting Zombie like that. I mean, Ortega was really, again, that southpaw. That I didn't see Ortega coming out and fighting southpaw. And I really don't think Zombie had a clue that was going to happen, because as soon as he went southpaw, I mean, it was like a deer in the headlights. You know, like Zombie really couldn't get off on anything. And all Ortega did was just started getting active. You know, little kicks to the legs, you know, heavy jabs, kicks, everything. So it's a tough one for Zombie, because anybody that fights Ortega, his style, great jiu-jitsu, clean striker, very durable. He's a tough fight for anybody. So going into it, I think a lot of people were just sleeping on Ortega because he had some time off and some, you know, switch camps and a long layoff and injury. And, you know, his last fight, he did get beat up really bad by Max. So it's easy to forget sometimes how good some of these fighters are just because of, you know, maybe one time they had a bad performance or they've taken a little bit of time off. People have short-term memories in the fight game. So it was cool to see Ortega have a great performance, though. Alex coming in, smashing the super chat. Let's see what Alex has to say, guys. Why didn't Zombie counter when Ortega faked grabbing the leg? You know, it's a good question. Obviously, being in there, you're not kind of feeling what he's feeling, what he's going through. I think for me, I think Zombie was really still hesitant about that southpaw. I don't think he was comfortable fighting a southpaw. Maybe he hasn't trained with many of them. But when he was switching, I just think Zombie was really kind of just hesitant. That's why he wasn't countering when Ortega was faking low or anything. He was just very hesitant. It's kind of looked not doubtful, but almost like he couldn't get his reads, Alex. When you're in there, it's a feeling process, and you feel it and you go, you feel it and you go. And I just don't think Zombie really ever got into that rhythm, into that zone where he was kind of like feeling everything, seeing it, moving back from the counter, coming back with a punch. But he just really, all it looked like to me, Alex, is that he wanted to go out there and box up Ortega. And, when you're fighting somebody like Brian Ortega, who's very, very skilled, good elbows, has good boxing of himself, sometimes you can't just box somebody. Sometimes you need to mix it up. You need to beat those legs up. You need to go with teeps. You need to work elbows. You need to clinch. You need to mix it up a little bit more. And to me, it just looked like Zombie wasn't really willing to do that. He just was looking for that uppercut. He was looking for just a straight boxing the whole fight. And Ortega studied him, Alex, or you could tell Ortega knew what Zombie was coming in to try and do. And unpredictability. Zombie wasn't unpredictable. He was very predictable, and Brian Ortega was more unpredictable. So I think that's what kind of swayed the momentum in the fight. Crazy HD coming in, hitting that. Boom, super chat. Look at that, like, boom, super chat. Let's see what he's got to say, guys. Crazy HD Vids says, who would win, Holloway versus Zabit? Ooh, that's a good fight. Are we talking 3 rounds or are we talking 5? 3 rounds, I think Zabit has a good opportunity to beat Max in 3 rounds. A 5-round fight, I think Max gets him. I think Max overwhelms him. I think he outworks him, outstrikes him. Max is very tough to take down at 145, and he's even harder to hold down. So I don't see Zabit holding him down very much. I see Max cutting him off. So I think 3 rounds, though, I think it would be very interesting. But if we're talking 5 rounds, it definitely give the advantage to Max Holloway on that one. But great question, Crazy Vids. Great question. And thank you for supporting the channel, my man. All the super chats, guys, just go back into kicking back out more content and building up the channel, because that's how we do it here. We're looking to I told you guys, I think the last one, my goal for the channel right now, I want us to get up to 100,000 subscribers. That's what we're looking to do. So tell your friends, put out an email blast, go down the streets, let everybody know, come subscribe, drop elbows on that thumbs up button if you haven't already. I think we're only at 12 on the thumbs up. So if anybody could just hit that thumbs up, that would be dope. All right. So then we have last night, Lomachenko versus Lopez. Now, this fight, guys, everybody was counting out Lopez. I mean, the odds even showed it right there. If you looked at this fight logically, Lomachenko has a big amateur career, only lost 1 fight, Olympic gold medalist. Teofimo had a bunch of losses as an amateur. He didn't have the pedigree as Lomachenko has. And the odds makers were calling it that this was a big mismatch, a huge step up for Lopez, and that he wasn't ready, that Lomachenko was on a different level. Lomachenko has more fight IQ. Lomachenko has the footwork. Lomachenko has the speed. All this stuff they were kind of stacking up against Lopez. And to me, logically, that makes sense. That makes sense that Lomachenko was almost, I believe, a 3-1 favorite over Lopez. But when you watched some of this behind the scenes and you watched some highlights on Teofimo Lopez, man, you cannot sleep on this kid. I was actually at a friend's house. I watched it last night. And one of my good friends there he's a diehard Lomachenko fan. And he was just like, nobody's touching Lomachenko. Lomachenko's going to smoke this guy. I mean, he's just the beautiful to watch. His footwork, his head movement. And I'm like, yeah, man, he definitely has the skills. But Lopez, he's hungry. And he's got his dad feeding his mind every day, telling him, you're the best, son. You're going to smoke this guy. You're going to take this world by blazing everybody out. You're going to crush everybody. And as a young fighter that's been training his whole life, when he has somebody like a father and a trainer in his ear telling him that all the time, you cannot help but believe it and lean into that. And that's how it was the whole leading up to this fight. Lopez did not show Lomachenko any respect. Lopez believed in his skills, believed in his tenacity, his power, and that's what happened, man. He went out there and he literally walked Lomachenko down, went to the body. And this is one thing I told my friend. I said, look, if he cuts off Lomachenko and he goes to that body, because obviously Lomachenko is hard to hit in the head, he moves well, but with guys like that, you go to the body all the time. And I said, if he cuts him off, he bullies them, and he stays tight, this could be an interesting fight. All Lopez has got to do is land that one punch to kind of change the momentum of the fight. And, dude, the fight started. Lopez stalks him around the cage, stays tight, hitting the 2 to the body, hitting jabs, just not throwing stupid punches or anything, but just staying tight and just very basic stuff. Lomachenko, it looked like he was rope-a-doping Lopez there, almost like Lopez might get tired, or I thought maybe Lomachenko would turn it up a lot more after about 3 or 4 rounds, but man, 6 rounds blew by, and it was the same thing. Lopez stalking him down, just popping him, and it looked like Lomachenko couldn't get comfortable, didn't get loose. He started coming a little more loose in rounds 9. He had a couple of good moments, but man, Lopez still popped, banging him with hooks, banging him with uppercuts, straight rights, going to the body, working the head. And after 12 rounds, he wins a unanimous decision. This is madness, because this kid, 23 years old, just shocked the world, beat arguably the pound-for-pound best fighter, and he's only 23. He's got 4 belts right now. The sky's the limit for this kid. He's got a great team behind him. He seems like he's got his head on his shoulders correctly. He's been boxing his whole life, a great experience. He's young and he's hungry. That's the thing, is you cannot sleep on a young, hungry, motivated fighter. That's what I told my wife last night. I go, Teofimo, he was hungry. Loma gave Lopez the opportunity to take the fight, and Lopez did not hesitate. He took the fight all night. And dude, it was awesome to see a young, hungry fighter come out and do it, man. Shock the world, win the world titles, be arguably the best pound for pound fighter. So, man, props to Teofimo Lopez. My man, that is awesome to see, and I'm sure he probably feels great this morning. All right, super chat, boom, Damian Xavier hitting it right there. Let's see what he's got to say, guys. Let's see what Damian's got to say. Who wins, McGregor versus Poirier 2, if it happens? Oh, we're going to get to that, Damian, but since we're already there, let's talk about it. Now, you have Dustin Poirier and Conor McGregor. Stylistically, I think it's a bad fight for Dustin Poirier. Obviously, the history, it showed Dustin Poirier. Conor hit him with that straight right. Conor kept that distance. Leading into this next fight, though, I think it's going to be closer. I don't think Conor's going to starch him in the second round. But I still give the advantage, Damian, to Conor McGregor. And I'm going to tell you why. Conor's rhythm, his range, Conor's power, and his accuracy in that or it would be left-handed, southpaw. In boxing versus boxing, because Dustin Poirier's best weapon, to me, is his boxing. So that's where he wants to keep it standing. And I think Conor is the better boxer. It's going to be 5 rounds. I don't think Conor's that easy to take down, and I don't think Poirier's really going to try and take him down. If anything, I could see Poirier coming out, maybe put him against the cage, trying to wear his arms out a little bit. But going into the rematch, I see Conor McGregor, man, sticking him and possibly TKOing him again, Damian. I think it's going to be a great fight, though. I think these guys are going to throw down the lead up to it. And you can never count out somebody like Dustin Poirier. My man has that championship heart, that dogfight mentality. But on paper, going into this fight, I think Conor gets him. And it probably helps, too, that Conor's got that little mental advantage that he's already knocked him out once. So that's definitely got to help. But great question, Damian. Great question. All right, Josh Burgett hitting that super chat. Boom. Coming in. Let's see what he's got to say, guys. I like that icon, too. What is that? That's dope. Josh Burgett, got fired from my job and have $200 to my name. but you the man. Oh, my man, dude. Sorry to hear about you getting fired from your job, Josh. But sending blessings your way, brother. It's great to have you jumping on the channel and dude, supporting the channel. That's very noble of you, my man. I trust that you're gonna find another job sooner than later. And yeah, man, stay positive and stay on the channel, dude. Stay in touch for sure. And what where did you work? Where are you from, Josh? Let me know. Pick is the James Webb Telescope. Okay, awesome, man. You from California, or where are you from, Josh? I'll give you a minute to answer. So, but yeah, man, I think Dustin Poirier and Conor McGregor. First off, that's a huge win for Dustin Poirier because my man deserves a big fight. If they're not going to give Poirier Tony Ferguson or possibly like another match at Khabib, this is the best fight Dustin Poirier could have. Is Conor McGregor. It's honestly like a lottery fight, dude, because you know how many eyes are going to be tuning into this fight. Dustin Poirier's got a huge fan base, and obviously Conor McGregor, one of the most recognized athletes in the world. This is just a huge fight for both those guys, and it's cool to see Dustin Poirier get that love, get that opportunity, and on top of that, they're going to be donating, I believe it's $500,000 to Dustin Poirier's foundation, which is basically, from what I've read, and it's awesome. I think this is a great game plan. It's a boxing club, and it's for kids, and the tuition is to keep good grades. So basically, it's like a boxing gym where kids can come train, exercise those demons, you know, be in the gym instead of the streets. And the only reason that you need to pay, or the only way to pay, is to have good grades. So beautiful, man. Keep the kids in school, and also keep them boxing. You know, keep them off the streets. So that's another beautiful thing that's going to be coming out of this fight with McGregor and Dustin Poirier. So, yeah, and this Dustin Poirier and Conor McGregor fight is going to be at 170. So I don't think that really changes the dynamic very much. I think at 55, if it was going to be at 45 again, I think that's too much weight for Poirier to lose, and even Conor as well. At 55, I'm cool with the fight. I feel like they're both in great shape at 155. I feel like that's their natural weight classes. And now that it's at 170, cool. I think everybody's going to be even more hydrated. People are going to be they're both going to be even in better shape, and just, you know, in a position to put on a better show, because sometimes when you cut that weight, stuff doesn't go right, it can affect your performance, but not this one. All right. So not only do we have the Poirier and McGregor, but what about this upcoming week, man? We have Justin Gaethje and Khabib. That's an insane fight for the 155-pound division. The lightweights, arguably the best lightweight in the world, you know, Khabib. And you can't argue that. My man I don't even think he's really ever lost a round. He's won all of his fights, dominated everybody, never really even been in that much of a bad position. And I don't know if you guys ever comment on like a UFC post, but Khabib has some crazy fans out there, dude. They're diehard Khabib fans. And I see this fight when I think of it logically, right? When I think of, you know, the history, when I think of you know, what both these guys have done in the past and with their opponents, obviously you give that advantage to Khabib. He's coming in undefeated. Man, he takes down everybody, ground and pounds them, chokes them. He's coming off of a submission win over Dustin Poirier. And then you have Justin Gaethje, though, who's got a couple of losses, who lost to Poirier, who lost to Eddie Alvarez. But you have a Justin Gaethje who stylistically knocks people out. You cannot sleep on that power of Justin Gaethje. That is 100%. You cannot sleep on that power of Justin Gaethje. And, you know, I heard Justin Gaethje say something talking about Khabib's never been in a position where he's been hurt, you know, and that's Justin Gaethje's main thing when he fights, is to hurt his opponents, to take risk. And Gaethje said, like, I'm excited to see what happens, what this guy's mind does when I hurt him. when I crack him or when I drop him, or what is Khabib's mind going to say when he cannot be dominating the whole fight all the time? And I felt like that was interesting because looking at this fight, Khabib's undefeated, right? Like that's a huge confidence boost. That's an amazing accomplishment. The way he fights, his wins, that's huge confidence. But then you also have somebody who's dealt with defeat and overcome it. That's a huge accomplishment and a huge confidence for that person, because it's cool to be undefeated. Like it's tough to be undefeated, yeah, but it's also a different adversity when you lose in a cage fight and you have to come back and become better and still show that you have it and still prove to yourself that you're not a loser. And Justin Gaethje's got that, man. He's been undefeated before. He's lost. He's come back. He's gotten better. And I think that gives him a slight advantage that Khabib doesn't have. So going into the fight, logically, I think Khabib should win this fight. But I have a feeling that Gaethje's going to crack him. Gaethje's going to make it a very interesting fight and possibly beat Khabib. But that even says, what if these guys don't even fight? What if one of them tests positive for COVID and Michael Chandler steps in and has to fight one of these guys? So before I even give a prediction, I guess I got to talk about Michael Chandler as well, because Khabib and Gaethje might not even happen, man. I've seen a lot of crazy things happen, and I wouldn't be surprised if, boom, hey, Justin's test positive, he's out of the fight. Michael Chandler steps in on a couple days' notice, makes the weight, and he's fighting Khabib. I think stylistically, I don't see Khabib taking Chandler down and holding him down. Chandler's like 5'8", dude, and he's like a little ball of muscle, right? So when you take him down, trying to hold on to him, he's just like a little rock solid muscle, and he stands right back up. Chandler's got great boxing. He can push a heavy pace for 5 rounds. He's been in those wars like with Eddie Alvarez, 2 of them, and I think that's an interesting fight. I think Chandler possibly could be a good kryptonite for Khabib. And here I am, guys. I'm talking about Khabib. I'm trying to make it interesting as well, because I could sit here and just say, oh, Khabib's just going to smoke him. Khabib's going to smoke him, because on paper, that's what it should be. But I think Gaethje and Chandler, those are 2 interesting matchups for Khabib. Khabib's style, he holds his chin up high. He does not like to get hit. He likes to shoot in. He likes to throw, he does have good boxing. Khabib does have good underrated boxing, but he doesn't like to take punches. He likes to get the fight down. He likes to control guys, and he likes to be the more dominant fighter. But you have guys like Chandler and Gaethje who also like to do that, but then they can take it as well. They can take damage and they can keep pushing. So either way, I think this is a beautiful fight for the lightweight division, the main event, Abu Dhabi, dude. I think I'm super excited for it. Whether Chandler steps in or Khabib fights Gaethje, I think, man, I'm super excited for it. And if Chandler and Gaethje end up fighting, guys, dude, that'd be dope as well. That'd be an insane fight. I didn't even think of that one yet, but dude, could you imagine that? Justin Gaethje versus Michael Chandler? That's a bloodbath. That's a straight up bloodbath. What do you guys think? Do you think Khabib beats Gaethje? Do you think Khabib beats Chandler? Do you think either of those guys are going to get sick and Chandler's going to get a chance to step in? What do you guys think? McGregor's going to beat them all. You know what? I don't sleep on McGregor, dude. He's done some amazing things for sure. Khabib beats everyone. Yep. Yes, sir. Conor beats every lightweight besides Khabib. Yeah. Yeah. Chandler better not happen. Oh, man. A lot of people don't like that. Chandler's given that opportunity, huh? Khabib wins. Chandler doesn't deserve it. Oh, man. Oh, man. Well, either way, it's going to be interesting, guys. It's going to be interesting. Chandler is a beast, man. Yes, Chandler is a beast. Yes, and this is for the lightweight title. So I believe if Khabib tests positive, that it will be a shot at the interim belt for Chandler. Chandler and Gaethje would be for the interim belt, because I don't believe that they'll strip Khabib. If he tests positive, they'll just rebook the fight. But yeah. What's up? Tell your dog I said hello. I'm not assuming either of them get COVID. I'm just being realistic that it's a possibility, because it's the fight game, dude. We've had people get sick on the day of the fight. We've had people test positive for steroids the day before the fight, drugs the day before the fight. There's a lot of crazy things that can happen. So you have to be realistic that Gaethje and Khabib might not fight. Maybe one of them will get sick, and Chandler will get a chance to step in. And that's pretty obvious, because that's why the UFC is flying out Michael Chandler all week to be there as a backup, because the UFC knows they've seen a lot of crazy things happen, and it could very well happen that Chandler might have to step in because one of them gets sick. All right, and then we also have the Bellator 145-pound title, guys, which the tournament I'm super excited for, dude. You have Baby Pitbull versus Carvalho, and then you have Darian Caldwell versus AJ McKee, dude. This is a sick fight card, and they're all going for that $1 million and that 145-pound strap. So that has been it's coming up. Hold up. All right. That was my first time hiding somebody or banning this dude on this channel. So that's another thing, guys. I'm learning a lot about YouTube. I would like to get eventually I would like the opportunity for you guys to call in and be able to talk and be able to say, hey, Damian, Xavier, we got him on the line. What's up, man? What's your question? And, him be able to talk and me be able to talk back to him. And then I'd also like to have some stuff where I can do some reactions to interviews and fights. So I'm still learning about all this as we go, guys, but it's going to continue getting better, especially as I have more time to focus on YouTube. I'll get better at it as well. So I got the first spammer, though. I had to delete his messages and hide him from the channel. So boom, getting better. All right, Damian Xavier, right here. Bam, hitting the super chat. My man. Let's see what he's got to say, guys. What would you do if you were Leon Edwards right now? If I was Leon Edwards right now, I would talk to the UFC and see, look, are you guys going to give me a title shot? If so, when and how long do I need to wait for it? If the UFC is like, I don't know if we're going to give you a title shot, we'll think about it. I would continue doing what Leon's doing. Any chance he has an opportunity to get in the media and to call out, Jorge Masvidal, or call out some of these bigger name guys to keep his name relevant, I would probably continue doing that as well. If UFC Damian isn't going to give him a title shot, they're keep putting him to the back and everything, I would take another fight if I was Leon Edwards. He hasn't fought. I believe Leon Edwards' last fight was like a year and a half ago, maybe. It was against Rafael dos Anjos, I believe, right? If I might be incorrect, but yeah, that's what I would do, Damian. And props to Damian, guys, hitting the super chat, boom, crushing it. Everybody that's hit the super chat, great questions today so far, man. Awesome, supporting the channel. And then boom, look, we have my man Josh here, Josh Burgett, coming in. Even though he lost his job, dude, he's still contributing, he's still giving. And dude, let's see what he's got to say. Josh Burgett, this is his question. Did you see Garmont versus, I'm going to butcher that last name, bud. I am. Kudaleds. That was a crazy fight. What are your thoughts on Whitaker and Cormier? Great question. I did not see Garmont's fight, Josh. But Whitaker and Jared, I'm going to probably butcher that. It's Knoyer. But I think Robert Whitaker's speed in his hands, Josh, I think he gets the job done. Whitaker's very fast in and out, very accurate with his striking. Jared has some great striking as well. Obviously physical, tough dude, good ground and pound, strong guy. But I just think Robert Whitaker's experience, his combinations in his hands, Josh, his ability to take good shots. And I already know some people are going to be like, well, he didn't take Adesanya's shot. Hey, he got clipped by Adesanya and he got TKO'd. But that's, Adesanya, and it's a fight. Sometimes that happens. Outside of just that example, I think Whitaker has a great jaw. He has fast hands. He has sneaky power, tough to take down. He's very diverse, meaning like he'll switch stances. He'll throw side kicks to the legs. He'll go, hands down, throwing punches. And I think he's gonna kind of overwhelm Jared a little bit. That's my take on that fight, Josh. But great question, Josh. Great question, man. Kenan here. I'm rooting for Whitaker to win the title back. Yeah, man. Whitaker being a little inactive and some of those injuries kind of messed him up. But one thing you cannot sleep on Whitaker is his heart and his determination. This guy has started from the Ultimate Fighter. Lost some fights at 170, got knocked out, went up to 185, went on a tear. I mean, beat Yoel Romero twice. He beat Jacare. Man, the guy is, coming off of a win over Darren Till in a very entertaining fight. So you cannot sleep on Whitaker's heart and determination. You cannot do it. Yeah, Whitaker as well. What's cool to see is he's a family man, dude. He really is. Robert, I seen a picture of him on Instagram, and it said like, thanks to the flight crew at it was like U.S. Airways or some flight company, and Whitaker was like, for taking care of me and like 2 newborns and a 4-year-old and a 5-year-old. He had like something like 3-4 kids, and dude, I had a lot more respect for Whitaker once I seen that, because I have 1 child and it's very, very busy, and to keep up with them. And let alone flying. It's tough flying with, kids or newborns. And my man had like 3 kids, and it just looked like some parent stuff that not a lot of people would understand unless you have kids. So that made me even more of a fan of Robert Whitaker. Welcome in, John. Welcome in. You guys are joining in. You're a little bit late. Welcome in. It's good to see everybody. Damian, where has Jeremy been? Jeremy has been training. Jeremy's been getting better. He has a fight scheduled right now in next month. So he's been in the gym. He's been getting better. And that's it, man. Slow motion. Damian just getting better, training, working on some new things, getting in shape, getting his weight down. Oh, Josh coming in. Josh, man, you're just killing it today, dude. Where are you from, Josh? I don't know if I missed that. I know I asked you a little bit earlier, but I might have missed it. So Josh coming in again with the super chat. Boom, right here. He's our super chat champion so far today. So shout out Josh Burgett. Mousasi versus Lima. Who you got? Ooh, you got the good questions today. First off, it's a great fight. I would like to say I'm a fan of both guys. Mousasi, dude, coming back. Back to the Dream era days, knocking out Jacare. He has huge wins over a lot of great fighters. Great striker, great kickboxer, great jiu-jitsu, tough to take down. Oh, and you're from Acton, California, Josh. Awesome. Shout out Acton, California. I love it, man. I love it. But then you have, Lima. Lima's another one where great jiu-jitsu, great kickboxing. And to me, whoever's going to win this fight, Josh, it's going to be whoever can dictate the pace and the output on the feet. Meaning, if Diego can, if Douglas can push him back. Is it Douglas or Diego? I always get the two mixed up. But if Lima can push him back and make Mousasi, be on his toes, on his heels, and sit back and try and counter, I think Lima's going to kick his leg. I think he's going to land combinations. And I think if he can push back Mousasi, I think he's going to win the fight. Now, I think if Mousasi can push back Lima, which he might be able to do, he's a little bit bigger, I think it's going to be a better night for Mousasi. So I would like to see Lima win. I'm a fan of Lima. He's probably going to be a little bit of an underdog in this one. But I think Mousasi is going to push him back a little bit more on the striking. And I think Mousasi is also going to be able to land some takedowns and control Lima a little bit more. But Josh, for this fight, dude, on the feet, oh man, this can be a great fight. Both dudes got great leg kicks, got great kicks in general. Both guys are tough, fast, athletic. So, dude, this is going to be a great fight. And props to Bellator for putting this one on as well. So, great question, my man. Great question. Yeah, he might even submit somebody. He might submit Lima, but you know what? No, Lima's got good jiu-jitsu though. I wouldn't sleep on Lima's jiu-jitsu. I would look for more from Mousasi to control him, take him down, and try and submit him. But I don't see him submitting him. If anything, I see him maybe ground and pounding Lima a little bit more. But yeah, huge fights, guys. And man, we got a couple more minutes. So before we go, make sure you guys right now are saving your money. Obviously, we talk a lot about finance on this channel, finance and fighting, the best things ever. So make sure that you guys are saving your money right now. Make sure you're staying away from any consumer debt, any bad debt, high interest rate credit cards, taking on any new crazy car loans, all that stuff, man. Be very conservative right now because there's a lot of strange stuff going on in the economy. It really looks like, we're technically in a recession right now, but it looks like it doesn't feel like it right now that we're in a recession, guys. But that's because all the stimulus money that's been put out there, all this forbearance stuff on mortgages, all these government regulations that are keeping the economy propped up right now. And not to even mention the election coming up, guys. So make sure you guys are being smart with your money right now. Get out of any stupid consumer debt. Again, those high interest rate credit cards, car loans, any type of high interest loans, whether it be for furniture, TVs, any of that stuff. Stay away from it. Save your money, and just be patient. Stay educated and up to date on what's going on in the economy. Because the last I would like to see for you guys is, boom, people start losing jobs, businesses go out of business even more than they are now, and you guys don't have a little bit of money put away to be able to weather a storm that's possibly coming up in the next 6 months to a year in the economy, guys. So be smart with your money. And in the meantime, enjoy the fights, especially, ESPN, Bellator's got the free fights on YouTube a lot of times. CBS now Bellator's going to. So just enjoy the free fights. Make sure you guys are getting some exercise, getting out of your house. Don't be sitting inside, and, stay safe, wear your mask. But I'm not driving around in my car with my mask on. I'm not mowing the lawn with my mask on. No. That's not me. If you're outside, I feel healthy out there. You're in the sun. Be smart, but also don't live in fear. That's not a way to live, guys. Be smart with your health. Be smart with your money as well. Fortunes are made in recessions. Absolutely, guys. I mean, if you're in a position right now where you can save money and you're a little ahead of the curve, maybe you have money put away, this could be a great opportunity to jump in and buy some discounted properties, maybe some stocks, maybe some discounted businesses. Recessions, yes. In a recession, the smart people, the people that are well prepared, I wouldn't even say smart, I'd say the well prepared people, they can make a fortune. Look at 2008, 2009, when the real estate market crashed. I mean, myself, I bought properties at $30,000 and they went up, to fast forward nowadays, and they're worth $150,000. So do the math, that's a 5 times, of what I originally paid for it. So I don't know if that's going to happen in this next 6 months to a year, but I do really believe that with all this stuff that happened from COVID, from all these government stimulus, all this weird government regulations that's going on, I really do believe there is a storm brewing, and there's going to be some opportunities for you guys if you're prepared to make some good money, to make some good investments, and to get ahead in your life. So that's what I want for you guys. Hopefully at this channel, that's my goal, get you guys, educated the best that I can, share with you some thoughts and some strategies that work for me. I don't know if you guys watched my video this week, but I talked about an FHA loan, get into your first property, check it out. It's a great strategy, one that I've used before. And I really think for people that don't have a lot of money to get into real estate, because remember, real estate is very, very expensive to get into compared to a stock or other investments. It's more expensive, capital intensive, down payment, closing costs. So an FHA loan is definitely a way to go if you can. Boom, TB Boss hitting the super chat. Boom, right there. Myles is the man. Oh, my man. I appreciate it. Thank you, TB Boss, and thank you for the support for this channel, my man. As always, dude. You guys are the best. Make sure to drop comments on these videos. Let me know any topics for up and coming videos. This week, guys, TB Boss, I'm going to do a predictions video for the fight card coming up this week. Khabib, Gaethje, and I'm also going to throw in the Chandler one in there. So if you missed it, we'll be going over that again. And then I also want to talk about, I'm going to do another video, TB Boss, for you guys that talks about 5 ways to find great real estate deals. So I'm going to give you guys 5 different ideas or strategies that I've personally used to find real estate deals that can make you a lot of money. So yeah, definitely, man. That's what's coming up. And make sure you guys let me know any ideas on videos that you would like. Real estate, fighting, personal development, dieting, all that stuff. We're going to keep kicking out some awesome content to help everybody out there. And yeah, so thank you guys for joining me today. It's been awesome. Next week, we won't have a live stream, but the following week we will. So every other week we'll have our live stream. And make sure you guys check in with me throughout the week, man. Whether it's on a video, dropping a comment, whether it's on maybe a community post, make sure to, drop in, say what's up, and smash that thumbs up button and that subscribe button if you guys haven't already as well. Boom. Thank you, Damien. Yeah, be at 100K in no time, bud. Thank you, man. That's my goal for this channel. Get us up to 100,000 subscribers, be able to reach as many people as possible, guys, because I really think some of the stuff we talk about here, I really think it would help people, whether it's about, personal development, dieting, training, dealing with anxiety, the economy, saving money, whatever it is that we're talking about. I really think it can really assist a lot of people out there and help them. So yeah, the more subscribers we get, the better it is, because we can reach and help more people. So, all right, boys, have a good one, boys and girls. Not going to leave the girls out at all. If there's any girls joining, but yeah, enjoy your Sunday, and thank you for joining me. I'll talk to you guys soon.